Podcast right here, the hottest in the world.
It's a PizzaFellas Podcast. Turn your speakers up, we better have a blast. Grab a drink, fill a glass, light a cigar, come on, let's make it last. Pizza Talk with Sal and Joe, Oliver, Antonio. Pizza stories, they gon' tell us. Let's have some fun with the PizzaFellas.
PizzaFellas Podcast right here, the hottest in the world.
What's going on, guys? What's going on? It's episode 18 here at the PizzaFellas Podcast, episode 18. Today we got a special guest, something different than the pizza industry, which is going to be great. Get into some cigars, some little bourbon, some rum here that we got going on. Remember, while you're watching these episodes, just hit that subscribe button on YouTube, that follow button, and the bell on Spotify. Go subscribe, follow us on all the social media platforms. We had a great episode that just came out today, episode 16. Was it? No, 17, right? 16, Pizza Wives. Episode 16, the Pizza Wives. Long episode, but it's very enjoyable, guys. And at the end of that, again, I was a little fucked up at the end of that. I was slurring my words. That was pretty fun. Well, that's what happens when you have a Sunday fun day.
Yeah, it's true.
You know, you just get going. Quick shout out to my Cowboys. Whoop those Eagles' asses. You see me wearing it right there. Fly, Eagles, fly.
There's no Eagles fans in here, is there?
Oh, my God. Sunday night, we were watching the game. Listen,
yeah, I know.
We're watching the game. Me and my cousins, my dad went to bed. We're all watching. Third quarter, she gets up. Tells us all, go fuck yourselves, puts us the finger and goes to bed.
Actually?
Yeah. Told us all to go fuck ourselves. That's how pissed off she was. Fucking Eagles fans. Unbelievable.
It's all good.
Well, anyways, guys, you know who I am. I'm Sal.
Antonio.
Joe Ruffino, Big Sexy, Biagio Pizzeria in the house.
Use the other fucking mic.
Easy.
And Jeff Brown from Cigar Samplers.
Nice.
Which is, Jeff is coming on board. We're going to support him. He's going to supply us with
Gave us
cigars.
these.
He's our first cigar guy to step up. When we asked him, my wife called him up, said, would you be interested? And then Antonio called him, and here he is. And
Boom.
we're here to support him. We know you quite a few years, too.
Yeah.
Let's get quick into our sponsorships.
Yes, sir. So our first sponsor is Enter.net. Justin, website, marketing. Unfortunately, he's not with us tonight.
He had something he had to take care of.
Under the weather a little bit. But we got the next best thing, which is Michael Elias doing the boards.
There you go.
Elias Produce Allentown.
That's right. TNY Construction, our good friend Tony. Thank you for that.
No job too big?
No job too small.
Great, though.
Franco's Pizza in Wilkes-Barre. Rosa and Filippo Belia since 1975. 570-822-2168. Go see them. Heckler and Sarasota Flour. Thank you for their sponsorship. We'll start seeing some of their products being displayed as well. And our good friend Jim Glassick at Banco Beverage.
Joe Marino,
which we are now doing Joe's Teas and Calypso. So, again, if any
thanks for the Heineken Silver.
establishment out in Lehigh Valley, Carbon County, Luzerne County, and Monroe County, which is Stroudsburg, Scranton, all the way down to a little bit of Jim Thorpe that way and coming into the Valley, get with us. There's a promo. I'll tell you all about it. We signed up quite a few people. Thank you to all the people that we signed up. And I gotta say, they've been very, very supportive of us, and
they gave us the Vizzies. A bunch of friends just came in, guys.
So I got a bunch of people that walked in.
Now.
Without further ado, we got Jeff Brown here. He's the owner of cigarsamplers.com. Cigarsamplers.com. He's been in business a little bit over 20 years, and he's going to tell us a little bit about his story and his supply that he gave us, which this is a phenomenal cigar. And Joe's smoking.
Oh, this is a phenomenal cigar.
I don't know what he's smoking,
the
but
Griffin from David.
Jeff is going to explain to us the whole.
Wow, where do I start?
I don't know, Jeff.
I would love to know how'd you get involved in the
So
cigars?
we didn't do a shot yet or no?
Oh, yeah, we didn't
I'm
do a
sorry, we
shot.
got to do a shot.
Well, there's a Brugal for everybody.
That's right.
Okay, we got
Salute.
Brugal from Dominican Republic.
Dominican rum. Salute.
Wait, what is this rum?
It's Dominican rum.
Dominican rum.
Good.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
I just have to say this. So this is actually a bigger honor than anybody would realize. Jeff is one of 17 people in the United States that has a recognition that I'm going to ask him to explain to start this off with, because that's a pretty big thing. And he's on the PizzaFellas Podcast. So you actually mentioned to me a while ago, But if you would please explain this great honor that you have, it's in the United States, you said, right?
Yeah. I'm a certified master tobacconist, and what that basically means is that I spent a lot of time in Honduras, Nicaragua, Dominican Republic, going from basically seed to cigars in a box.
Wow.
And spending time with the manufacturers, spending time out in the fields, watching them grow the tobacco, watching them process the tobacco, hanging it up in the curing barns, and watching them sort the tobacco, roll the tobacco, make the cigars, and down to.
How did you come to that point? Like, this is how long have you had this credit to your name?
Probably around 15 years or so.
15 years.
Yeah.
So how long have you been around cigars?
A little over, probably 25 years. 25
years. So then, as you're in this industry and you see this ability to get to this cigar aficionado, right? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, in a roundabout way. It's not really. It's a tobacconist. It's somebody who I started at a local place in Easton, and I started out there as a store manager, just running the day-to-day operations there.
Right.
And I wanted to be credible, and I wanted the people that worked there to be credible when somebody come in, to be able to pair them up with the right cigar, and for them to understand how to cut a cigar, how to light a cigar, the basics, how to get somebody that says, hey, you know what, I'm looking for something a little bit more mellow, mild. Hey, I like something a little bit more full-bodied. So I found a guy out in Jersey that was certifying people to be basically retail tobacconists. So once I got to that certification, I said, what else do you have? And he said, well, I have, the next level, and the ultimate level would be a certified master tobacconist. And I grew with the company I was at. I became an international buyer for those guys. So every month I was in, 1 month Nicaragua, next month Honduras.
So with that company is how you started to get into all these other cigar companies and meeting.
Oh, yeah.
So you're meeting the owners.
Oh, yeah. The principals of all the companies.
Like they're on your phone.
Yeah, pretty much.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty fucking
So
cool.
as you get in and you go to these different countries, what years are we talking? Like right when you get in?
I mean,
early 90s?
Probably beginning around 2000 or so.
Okay, so early 2000s.
Yeah.
And you're staying at their house or something? Or
I'm staying at their houses.
They're paying for you to go?
No, I mean, we pay to go over, but...
so the company you work for, okay.
Yeah, but, I'm going over to make blends and private labels and make deals with them. And, especially like October, November is a great time to go down to these countries because they shut down basically for the entire month of December. They're not producing or not doing anything. Everybody takes the whole month off. They go. They have a 13th month salary. Everybody takes off, but you can go to their aging rooms and take a look around at, because what you don't know is like somebody buys, a big company, they might go and say, you know what, give me 1 million of these cigars.
I just have to say something. Did you say a 13-month salary?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh,
So
no, don't trust me. You don't want to be living off the Nicaraguan money. Trust me.
But I'm just still saying, imagine if we could equate that to the pizza industry and get 13 months of salary.
Oh, they do it
out of 12. Fuck.
Yeah, they do.
But what they do is they overproduce cigars on purpose by like 1-2%. So what they do is, as they're going through and they're checking these cigars to make sure that all the colors look right, that the wrapper isn't cracked or something like that, they set that into an aging room. So if you're smart and you go down there, you can scoop up some of these cigars unbanded, make them whatever you want to make them, and they're national brand cigars.
Okay. Wow. What are some of the perks? How's the meals? Got to always talk food on the PizzaFellas. Some good meals down there?
Some great meals down there. The churrasco and the chimichurri down in South
So you're
America.
eating at some of the greatest fucking places.
Yeah.
Oh,
well,
man.
Understand, I mean, it's a whole different world when you go to like...
Oh, I've been to Dominican.
Nicaragua.
I've been to
Dominican
some of
is
these
like...
countries. But Dominican probably is nothing compared to Nicaragua.
Compared to Danley, Honduras, or Esteli, Nicaragua.
No, you're in the jungle.
Oh, yeah.
You're in the fucking jungle. Let's just say what it is. You're in the fucking jungle.
You're the cocaine guys.
You're driving down the road. There's people selling things on the side of the road. There's people that knit hammocks and they're standing out there.
Armed guards taking you?
Oh yeah.
Look at that. Huh?
There's a couple people. There's a couple cigar makers down there that obviously are worth a decent amount of money.
They got their own army.
Cigars are money. I mean, think about
traveling.
it. You got a $14, $100 stick, and a guy lights it up.
Oh yeah. Well, there's a lot of guys down there that travel with protection.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
there's
yeah. Probably.
a truck behind them with 8, 10 guys. You go to the factories and everybody's, you walk right in. There's a guy standing with a shotgun.
I mean, I have a friend. I'm not going to mention his name, but I think it was Cameroon.
Yes,
he had he had a farm there, and literally when he would go to the farm, I mean, he would travel in the plane with it. He has a special, I don't want to say license, but a special kind of ID that he's bringing duffel bags of cash because you can't pay people in checks. So once a year, the pay would go out. And he would be walking around with like $450K in duffel bags.
Yeah.
And then once he got there, I mean, he had what's the Israeli like Secret Service or something? Or
Like almost like the Royal Army?
the Assad or something? Is it called Assad or something?
I don't know.
Anyway, those were the people that he employed.
Yeah.
And I mean, he showed me pictures like he's driving there and like he's got like 20 guys around him. You know,
It's a great cigar.
So when you get to these countries, you're going straight to the fields. How long were you on the fields? 12 hours a day? 10 hours a day?
No, I mean, I'd go out and, take a tour of the fields and do the, the pictures, people that go on there's a lot of companies that allow you to come down for 3, 4, 5 days just to experience, here's what a field looks like. Here's the factory.
Similar to like a brewery tour, but on a bigger scale.
Yeah, they let you stay. There's a lot of companies that let you stay at their. It's walled in all the way around.
Holy shit!
So you're protected while you're in there. But down there, there's not a lot of problems. But it's like,
well, they're prepared for anything.
Yeah, you can go to downtown Allentown and get in trouble if you want to.
Right.
You can go to downtown Esteli.
We went to Philadelphia, got a car towed.
Let's not bring that story up. We'll be here next year.
I don't want to talk about it.
But so, out of all the countries, what would you say is your favorite to go to? Or
the tobacco and the people are all great in every country, but I lean a little bit towards Nicaragua.
I'll go.
Just because of the tobacco there, it's a little bit more robust than what you get at, say, Honduras or the Dominican. But if you're going to go and you don't want to get rid of any creature comforts, go to the Dominican. There's running water, there's showers, there's all that stuff. I've been in Honduras where the power's gone out for, 2 days.
Wow.
And that's and everybody's just like, oh, power's out again. And that's just the way it is.
The norm.
Yeah.
So let me just ask you this. The first time you flew to one of these foreign countries, let's say one of the harder ones, were you prepared for what you were about to see with armed guards and this?
Not at all.
What kind of culture shock was that for you?
It was a heck of a shock because I'm fluent in Spanish.
Okay.
In my previous life, I used to run Walmart stores all over the world, and I lived in Argentina for over 7 years, and then I went to Puerto Rico and opened up stores in Puerto Rico. So I was fluent in.
So you're comfortable talking to people when it comes to Spanish?
in Spanish, I was not a problem at all.
So you could understand if they're saying something, you could be aware.
Oh yeah, they didn't know that until I started speaking, and then they're like, "Holy, this guy!
Watch what you fucking say."
And everything,
yeah.
He's pretty good." So, but yeah, I did that for a while. Got to know a lot of these. Well, almost every major and minor cigar maker out there, I'm pretty friendly with. So
wow, that's fucking impressive, man.
Yeah.
So just like let's just throw Perdomo.
Yeah, Nick Perdomo. What do you want to know?
Wow, so you know Nick Perdomo?
Yeah, I know. I've sat in his in his office, in Nicaragua in Esteli, just talking and to each other.
What do they drink? What's the drink of choice for some of these guys?
They like bourbon and they like rum.
They do, yeah.
Yeah.
Rum and
It's just
bourbon.
like us.
Oh yeah, no, they're no different. Trust me.
It doesn't fall far from the freaking tree.
And how's the families? Big families?
Yeah.
A lot of kids. Like everyone's in the same house.
Oh yeah.
Like you see on you see on Netflix maybe that series about Pablo Escobar or something. Even though it's
all
like
true.
that.
They're little communities. Like the places I go to, there's basically two forms of commerce. There's tobacco and there's coffee, and that's basically everything that's in that particular area. When I land in Managua and I drive the 2.5 hours out to Esteli,
This is what country? Nicaragua?
Nicaragua.
Okay.
You drive and it's shocking, how people live and get along and survive and so forth. You get back to the US and you're just like, wow.
Yeah.
Wow, we got it really good compared
I'd
to
like to buy a lot of people one-way tickets to those fucking countries, huh?
Yeah.
Well, it's like, you know what we should do is it's like
Antonio would be the first guy.
Shut the fuck up. Sit down. Shut the fuck up.
it's like Tom Hanks and Ellen DeGeneres said, if Trump wins, they're moving out of the country. We should send them to fucking Nicaragua
There's a
and
lot
see
of
how
places
long
for it.
Tom Hanks and fucking Ellen DeGeneres last.
I'd
That's
love
funny.
to fucking see them in the woods.
Yeah,
Fucking-
but also in like the Dominican, a lot of people go down there for vacation.
Yeah.
But they're not going to the little places, the little cities where the cigars are being made. They go to the hotel or they're at the beach and they're getting the fake Cubans handed to them.
The resorts. Yeah.
Oh, wait, you said Cuba. Oh, so you haven't even mentioned Cuba. So you always hear people say, oh, Cubans are the best. Is that just a common thing because we couldn't get things from Cuba?
Because
I'm going to say this. I've been given some Cubans. I don't mean to interrupt you, but I've probably had one great Cuban in my life. Mm-hmm. And I'm not smoking a long time, but I don't have a taste for Cubans. Well, I really don't.
Without getting into the whole, I could talk to you for an hour about just this piece alone, but number one, Padron, Perdomo.
Padron's a great cigar.
These companies, these guys, their families were Cuban. They came from Cuba.
Okay.
When the big revolution happened, Castro took over, the brain trust left, got the hell out of there. Okay, Plasencia, who is one of the makers of this cigar, they all hightailed it out of there. Took pockets full of seeds, and if you have like a thimble full of seeds, you can plant like a half an acre of tobacco. The seeds are the size of a pinhead, and when they grow over 6.5, 7 foot tall.
A seed is the size of a pinhead?
Yeah, for a tobacco plant.
You know that?
Yeah.
They're tiny.
How?
They grow it in Italy.
See that?
Oh, here we go.
Joe, you asked me a question. I answered.
You right away when they grow it in Italy.
They grow it. Where Ernie's from,
They
that's
grow
where they grow
tobacco,
tobacco.
All right.
What am I making this up?
No, I'm asking a question. God damn it.
Anyway, long story short,
I'm learning over here.
These guys that were from Cuba, they left with the knowledge of how to grow tobacco, how to process tobacco, how to do everything with tobacco. They left Cuba, leaving a big void of brain behind. Wow. And so what you find today, they've obviously caught back up. There's no real secrets to growing tobacco, processing tobacco and stuff like that. But the original people from the Partagas factories, Benjamin.
Partagas is my cigar.
Oh, I love that cigar.
Those guys all left Cuba and went to Honduras, Nicaragua, Dominican, and started over again. I've sat and talked with Nestor Plasencia at length at how many times he had his operations going in Nicaragua. Then the Sandinistas came and he had to get the hell out of there and take everything, go over to Honduras after he left, Cuba and it's, so.
Wow.
So with that,
he
just brought over thought to my,
what is that? Who took over his property? What are they called?
Sandinistas.
And what is that?
Cartel.
It's like a cartel. So it's a cartel.
So, do you know who was part of the Sandinistas? The fucking guy who was the last mayor of New York. What the hell?
De Blasio.
De Blasio was a Sandinista.
Yes, he was.
Okay, that motherfucker then came back. They changed his name. He's not even Italian.
No, he's not Italian.
I think he's Jewish.
Yeah.
So this fucking cocksucker was down in that revolution. He took over fucking Partagas' fucking land, that cocksucker. I swear to God.
Yeah, they would take over their land.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
They did the same thing in Cuba. I mean, when they took over, they said this factory is now the government's factory. There you go. So, and those guys,
So he would pick up.
They picked up and they left. And they left, buildings, crops,
Millions of
inventory.
dollars.
Yeah, how are they getting out of there then?
They just hopped in a car and crossed the border over to Honduras.
Yep.
Wow.
So pretty much in the business aspect of this, so you said that in these countries, coffee and tobacco are the trade. How are you paying for this? Is it all cash? Are these transactions wire transactions? Unless
when you're
I'm just
buying,
curious.
Well, when you're buying like factory direct, you're wiring money over to those folks, and it gets translated into their currency.
Right.
So if you make a deal and say, listen, I want to buy, a million cigars for $1.50. So they get wired the money after you get the cigars.
And the banking system just curious because everything's so touchy in these countries. What's the banking system? Where are they using it? Nobody knows.
I mean, they get their money. Trust me. These guys get their money for sure.
They got that.
One of the cigar makers out of the Dominican Republic actually owns the banks in the Dominican Republic. So he's definitely getting his money for sure. He owns Banco Popular, but he also owns Budweiser, Marlboro, and a bunch of other things.
Think about that, though. In those countries, you have to be so much more creative when you're in business. I mean,
but these guys have to come up with every month. They have to come up with payroll for hundreds, if not thousands, of employees that are working out in the fields, or they're in rolling the cigars for these guys. You've never seen a big rolling room where there's literally hundreds and hundreds of people working together rolling cigars.
How about Arturo Fuentes? You met him?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What
the fuck? That one guy,
Carlito, and I used to know his dad.
The one guy,
in Bethlehem.
The one guy in Bethlehem, Tomaco Cigars, used to roll for.
He used to be a roller at his.
Yeah, he has the ring. He has the ring.
Yeah. I've never met the guy, but I mean, I wouldn't know.
So what does it take? What does it take for a roller to get given a ring like that? Such an honor.
I have
Is
no
that
idea.
big in the industry, or
no? It's something
it's just
that they
something.
do. I mean, and don't get me wrong, Fuente is. When you look nationwide, there's two names that always are number one, number two, and it's between Fuente and Padron. When you go into a retail store, most people are looking for Fuente, or they're looking for Padron. Usually, those are the top two.
It's simple.
So
what you're looking for,
when you go into a factory, this is what I do know: the rollers, the best rollers, they bring them to the front of the factory. The best rollers are the ones, and they also are the ones that make the shaped cigars, like the Figurados or the Torpedoes. They're a little bit more difficult to roll than what you're smoking there, Churchill, Robusto, or Toro. So they put these people up front. That's kind of their reward is, hey, we're the first face that you see when you walk into the rolling room. You're seeing the best of the best. The people that are all the way in the back are the ones that are just learning.
Are these rolling rooms, are there families in there? So a father, a wife? Mm-hmm. So it's like a
school,
tradition.
It looks like a school.
Yeah.
It looks
That's
like
amazing.
a school classroom.
And they put them in.
Yeah, but there's no other jobs.
There's not a lot.
But it's one of the greatest jobs to have working for these companies, I would assume. In those countries.
Well, yes.
We would have to assume that this is credibility because you're working for one of the biggest guys.
Yeah, and they will, I mean, they change, you want to talk about there's some loyalty, but some people will go if it's, $5 more a month, they'll go to the next factory. And especially after in January, it's a big shakeup because everybody's now had a month off. They got that whole month paid for. And now people are kind of, out recruiting, trying to get, people to come to their factory. Hey, we always need more rollers. Everybody needs rollers. So
wow. And this is a worldwide industry. Think about it. I mean, cigars, doesn't matter where you are. I mean, even in China, they're probably smoking cigars. Russia, they're smoking. Argentina.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
I mean, they're selling all over the fucking world.
Europe is massive for cigar consumption as well. I mean, U.S. by far consumes more cigars than anybody else, but Europe is second, and China's right there as well.
China.
I have seen in Nicaragua and, I mean, all down south, I have seen Chinese come in, they're trying to get their foot in the door to get a lot of tobacco for themselves. So
wow.
Holy shit.
How many you smoke a day? And I noticed you chew it up a little bit. Is that how you're supposed to do it?
No, that's not how you're supposed to do it. But I'm usually between 10 and 20 cigars a day, at least.
Jeff, that's the most intelligent question he ever asked in 18 episodes. No lie.
Holy shit.
Can we go back to, what was the answer? 10 to 20 a day.
Yeah, I mean.
Wow, you put me to shame. I smoked 5 on Sunday, and I thought in like a 7-hour span, and I thought I was bad.
I started at 7 o'clock in the morning, but I get up, I have a nice coffee, and I'm smoking a cigar before I even think about, hopping in the shower and going. And then I'm surrounded in my warehouse by cigars all day, and so all I'm doing is processing orders and I'm on the phone trying to get more cigars from different vendors and stuff like that. So
God,
I'm just there with
bless.
cigars.
I mean,
That's awesome.
That is fucking. Oliver would have a heart attack. He'd have to take a Viagra to get his
He'd
fucking
have to
heart
smoke
back
between
working.
milkshake stops at Wawa or something.
Fucking Cialis.
Well, he
What are the fake
smokes
ones?
that flavored shit. The whatever the fuck
Yeah,
with
the
wooden tip. What's it called?
Oliver goes to the deli bar, gets a pack. Did you bring the backwoods?
Backwoods
Who the
over
fuck
there.
bought the?
Right there.
Stop! Somebody
he
brought
fucking
the
did.
backwoods. I saw that the other day. I was like, "Who the fuck?"
Oliver.
Wood tips.
I thought we were rolling. We don't smoke blunts on the PizzaFellas podcast. We smoke joints, fresh rolled joints.
Yeah, they're still on the table there.
He
The black.
smokes 10 to 20 joints a day.
There you go. I mean, and that's the thing is like in what I do. In my particular case, I work only with premium cigars. So there's a difference between premium cigars and the backwoods of the world. They're short filler cigars.
Yeah.
When they're rolling cigars and they're making cigars, they're cutting the tobacco up and they're just pushing all that scrap on the floor. Somebody comes by, throughout the day and I mean that's tobacco. It's money. It's not long,
shit.
Long pieces of tobacco like you're smoking in those cigars because you're not getting a bunch of stuff on your
Yeah,
lips.
oh, so that's what it is. So if you got a cigar and you're getting those little bits,
Yeah,
it's 'cause
it's probably because it's a short fill or mixed fill cigar. It's not
I
a
fucking
premium.
hate them. I throw them out.
Premium long filler is a whole different animal. But there's for companies like me that do internet stuff, we get a bad rap from brick and mortar stores across the United States. They're like, look, these guys are online and are selling it cheaper than we can sell it for, and they don't have the overhead that we have. And I understand these guys are paying big rent. They're usually paying for, great TV. So they're doing the pay-per-views. They have cable. They've got the music that they got to pay for with the whole, ASCAP and all that shit. Then they've got, utilities on top of all that. Then they got a lot of payroll with the people that are working there. So yeah, they have certain costs. I too have certain costs, but I don't have to worry about the pay-per-view and stuff like that. But my point is, I sometimes or internet companies we drive down the costs of cigars, and they don't understand that. Nobody's sat down and explained to them the economy of tobacco. But that scrap tobacco on the floor, they take that and they roll it into something else. And usually the larger companies will go out and buy those cigars and sell them, you've seen, in the mail, like 8 cigars for $8 and, free shipping.
Yeah.
And,
You get we saw that the magazine. You get that. I get that magazine.
Yeah, you're getting
Thompson or whatever.
Tom's. Yeah, you order online.
I didn't say a word. But when you get those cigars, they're usually not the premium long filler,
Gotcha.
Good stuff that you get. That's usually the short filler stuff that they, and again, a lot of times it's good tobacco. It's just in a different form. It's not the nice long pieces that you get inside of a premium cigar.
Wow.
So what's the breakdown of a cigar? So what's the outer called? So for the folks that don't know.
The outer is a wrapper. That's
and
the wrapper.
And the inner?
The next part of it is the binder.
The binder.
Which holds the filler, which is the major guts of the cigar.
Gotcha.
So you got binder, wrapper, filler. In mixed filled cigars or short filled cigars, you get sometimes you'll get a synthetic rolled like rolling paper almost for a binder or something like that, and the filler is just scrap tobacco that's all cut up and chopped up, and sometimes it's put with flavors in it, so you get grape and chocolate and whatever comes.
Yeah, I don't like those cigars.
So what's a premium cigar? In other words, what should we be smoking as a consumer? And what should we stay away from, in your opinion?
In my opinion,
Good question.
you
That's
should
a
be
really good
smoking.
question.
You should be smoking premium cigars.
As far as?
I mean, there's so many, but again, a lot
Give
of
us like 10 premium that, not that we're trying to push any other cigar, but just off the top of your head.
Well, the stuff that Davidoff makes, the stuff that Padron makes, the stuff that Perdomo makes. And again, don't get me wrong, because like Perdomo, he just came out with his brand new 30-year anniversary cigar. And that's around let's call it around $12 a cigar, okay? But he also makes Perdomo Frescos on the other side of the coin. So those are mixed fill cigars. But,
Gotcha.
But when you're getting them for, $2, $3, or less, odds are they're not exactly the premium aged tobacco that you would want. But there's so many guys out there that are making really good cigars that it's hard to, go this cigar is crap.
I agree.
There's a lot of people making good cigars, and that's just It comes down to taste, and that's where I come in at cigarsamplers.com. You know, I'm taking 4 different manufacturers, putting them in a heat-sealed bag. Okay, so it shows it's a humidified bag. It shows up at your place. You can pick and choose. Do I want all Nicaraguan?
I'll show the camera.
Do I want all Dominican? Do I want all Robustos? Do I want all Churchills? Do I want all Connecticut shade? Do I want to mix and match of different wrappers? I got it by price point. I got it by country. I got it by, wrapper strength. I got a whole section if you're new to cigars. You click on this tab and it'll show you all the milder, more mellow cigars that if you're new to cigars. I got a tab, especially this time of the year, for like cigar gifts. A lot of women are like, I don't know what to get. I know he smokes cigars, but I got stuff like this, gift sets that I went to the manufacturer.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And I'm like, look,
that's my father's.
Yep, that's my father.
I love my father.
I got this for
$37,
and
it comes with a lighter.
It comes with a lighter. It comes with a cutter. It comes in a nice gift box, and you got 5 Toros, which is a generous size cigar.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, show that there.
Yeah,
I love my father.
And Toro is just the size of a cigar.
Toro
like
is
Robusto is the size.
Yeah, and I'll
those names are all just sizes.
Well, let me make this real quick. Okay, the 3 most common are Robusto, Toro, Churchill. Robustos tend to be about 5 inches in length. Okay, now here's where it gets a little bit strange. The ring gauge is the fatness, the roundness of the cigar. Okay, that's expressed in 1/64 of an inch. So I'm not a mathematician, but if you have a cigar that's 5 by 64, you always hear in the cigar business when you're getting a cigar, you're looking at cigars. Oh, that's a 5 by 50. That's a 5 by 52.
Yeah, I've seen that.
That second part is expressed in 64 of an inch. So to make it real simple, if you had a 5 by 64, it would be 5 inches long by an inch round.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. See, I didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
So 50 is technically,
and I always go in there. You see those things, I'm like, I don't know what the fuck that's saying, but that looks fucking good.
Is the 50? It's 50/64 of an inch.
Oh,
so it's almost.
That's I never knew it. I'm like, I don't even fucking care. I just want to smoke it.
Toros are about 6 inches in length. Okay.
Yeah.
Robusto gives you about 30-35 minutes of smoke time if you're doing it correctly. Toro takes you up to around 40-45 minutes of smoke time, and then the Churchill, which tends to be about 7 inches in length, is around an hour or thereabouts smoke time. Wow. So that's
on
average.
On average.
There's people like me that just power through.
Me too.
I mean,
that's my issue. I power through them.
And let me tell you when you know you're doing it right.
Okay, yeah, talk to me.
When you're
I don't know if I am.
When you're smoking a cigar correctly, you're going to see that burn is right even. Okay, if you get it coning, okay, you get a cone on that son of a bitch
like this,
like that, you're smoking it too fast.
Yeah, see.
So is that good?
I would say smoke too fast.
It's good.
You're supposed to just let the cigar burn. You're just helping it burn.
Yeah,
it's about relaxation. It's about just unwinding and chilling.
You ever see that thing of what's his name, Steve Harvey? He goes, every day at 2:00 after his workout, he sits in his trailer, and he smokes a cigar. Steve. And he sits there and he takes 1 hour from 2 to 3 every day. And he says, the reason this is my getaway. He goes, I need to get away from everything. I don't talk to anybody. I turn my phone off and I sit by myself and I just smoke a cigar and relax. He goes, I do it every day because it's the way. Look at cigars are. I love them. I used to hate them.
Cigars are,
but now I love them.
They're for relaxation and they're for celebrating occasions, whether it's a birthday, anniversary, marriage, divorce, promotion.
So how do you celebrate 20 things a day?
How did that?
You're celebrating 20 times a day, so.
Well, I am. I'm just relaxing all the time. But my job as somebody trying to sell these cigars to the general public is there's a lot of people that buy a box of cigars and that son of a bitch will last them a year.
Right.
You know, they don't have 20 reasons to celebrate in a year. I'm trying to find people that are like
us. I buy a box a fucking week.
I'm trying to give you a reason all the time.
It's unreal.
I'm actually wishing every time I open the box of 8, there's like 10 in there. I'm like, can I get 2 more? Can someone give me a bonus cigar here?
But there's a plus though, like Jeff, like for a person like me who has learned, I've went through so many cigars, and now I'm probably gonna just call you up and just say, hey Jeff, You put me into a cigar that I really can enjoy. I hate having a cigar where it just drains me. And those are, you can smoke that cigar, but I can't.
Yeah.
But my relaxation comes from something like this.
Oh,
I mean, I know I toke on it a lot, but what are you going to do?
Well,
I smoke it like a big cigarette.
I started this a little over 2 years ago with just the samplers only.
That's a great idea.
But then my contacts are like, hey, I got to close out on this. Do you want to take a peek at it? Do you want to get a look? So now I've gone from just only offering samplers to now I'm offering different boxes and bundles like this. This is about a $200 box of cigars.
It's a great cigar.
On the streets. I'm selling this because it's closed out. They're not making them anymore. I'm selling it for $100 off of that. I'm selling it for $99.99 for the box.
So if I buy that, right, and I stick it in my humidor,
yep,
and keep it for a year, 2 years, does it go up in value?
No.
The reason why I'm asking?
Go ahead.
I have an Opus X that I never opened.
Well, now something like that you might find, especially if you can get one of the rarer Opuses that are out there. Carlos, they call him the toy maker. He makes all sorts of weird. I've been to his factory. I wish I'd show you the pictures, but he has rollers that'll do crazy stuff. Okay, he made Dan Marino footballs out of cigars, and you look at it, it looks just like a football, smaller, but they got the laces and everything on.
And
you
can smoke it.
You can smoke it, and he does a lot of charity.
What the fuck?
He does a lot of charity cigars. He's got a cigar that when the Pope came to the Dominican, they made a Pope's hat cigar. It looked like the Pope's hat on top of a cigar. So stuff like that probably has value to it.
Have you ever seen somebody smoke something like that?
No. I mean, they're just doing it basically for the charity, spending whatever they spend. And if they smoke the cigars, great. If not, they're not missing out.
But that's still.
At the time, I paid close to $700 for that box.
Yeah. Oh, no, that doesn't shock me at all.
Yeah.
I mean, you still have it unopened.
Yeah, unopened.
I've seen
the whole box?
The whole box.
Wow. I mean, you can. It's almost like
they're like $1,500, $2,000 for that box.
It's like bourbons now.
Yeah.
You find one, you get a bottle of, you get in the PA lottery for a bottle of Pappy, and you buy it for $125. You can find other resale sites that you can sell that bottle for over $1,000. And I'm sure with Opus, if you get into the right cigar groups and just say, hey, I got this particular box of cigars, you'll get, people will offer you top dollar for it.
We're talking about boxes, so I have a question. The box.
Yes.
So much goes into the box.
It's amazing.
So what do you do with the box? Where is there a marketplace for the boxes? I mean,
there's so many people have them.
Jeff, I threw out boxes.
Oh, yeah. No, people will burn them now. If you ever go to a box factory and watch what goes into making these particular, you look at this box, okay, and this is something that comes out of, it's a piano finish on the box.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, no, I know.
All the hinges are put in by hand. Somebody had to go in here and put.
Yeah, you have to do
They
that.
sand these things down. They paint them.
Look at the artwork.
It's amazing.
But it's not just one box; it's continuous. It's
yeah.
thousands.
The blue Perez Carrillos. That was #1 cigar 2020, I believe, if I'm correct.
The Pledge.
The Pledge. Yes.
Yes.
I had at my bar at my old house.
Uh-huh.
It was my favorite cigar. I bought probably
We
what I had
smoked so
like
many
30,
Pledges.
30 of them. I put it behind my bar. I taped them up.
Yeah.
And my whole backsplash was Pledge cigar boxes.
If you
that box
ever-
was beautiful.
You ever go to a box factory and you see the work that goes into it, you're
You don't want to
ashamed
throw them out, yeah.
or burn it or whatever.
Yeah.
So that's a separate factory.
Oh yeah, from
Is
everything.
it, are there places where people sell these on? Do people collect them?
The going rate is say like somebody might get $3 or $5 for a box because there's so many boxes out there in the market. You know what I mean? It isn't like
I know.
Now some of the nicer boxes like he was talking about the Opus box. Some of those you might be able to get $10-$20 for it maybe or something like that. But a normal day in day out box they're just not worth it. And there's only one manufacturer I know of that collects the boxes and brings them. He makes the stores ship the cigar boxes back to him down to Miami so he can refill the boxes. Wow.
Who's that?
Padron.
Padron.
Yeah.
Get the hell! I would have never guessed that. Would you guys?
Yeah. I mean,
No.
there's.
I would have.
I mean, I won't get into it. But there's a whole.
What? No, pass me the Roma quick. Sorry.
But there's like anything else in luxury goods, there's a counterfeit market out there too.
Right.
Oh,
So
yeah,
Padron
okay.
wants to make sure that his cigars are going into his boxes and he's getting his boxes back, that they're not disappearing or something like that. So
Listen, we're gonna quick wrap it up here.
Uh-oh.
We're gonna finish up with a shot. We got
Jeff Brown.
we got Jeff Brown.
Cigarsamplers.com.
We are gonna take a break. We will be back with Jeff. We're gonna have pizza. So we're gonna eat some pizza here that we made. We got Nick from Nick's Pizza Shop. Nick's Pizza in Bethlehem on Main Street.
his wife.
And his wife. Wife's name? I don't know.
Maria.
Maria. And then we have Patty, my mom. We got Mario here from Roma, and we got Bruno Scipione, our guy Bruno. Hi, Bruno.
Hi, Bruno.
I just see Bruno and I smile. We also have Jay from Caddy Corner here, and we got my father-in-law Colby tonight.
And Mike
Elias doing the boards
on
tonight.
camera.
Mr. Produce Company over here.
Very good.
There we go. All right, guys. Cheers.
Cheers to a
Salute.
great first
We'll be
show
back
here.
in about 5 minutes.
It's a great cigar, Jeff.
I'm going to tell you right now, that's a fucking great first episode. I'm going to tell you what, that's some really intuitive fucking stuff.
We'll play it later.
Fucking play it later. You played at the end. Hey, guys, we're back. PizzaFellas Podcast, episode 18. All right, we're here. We got a lot of guests tonight. We got Bruno Scipione.
Bruno in the house with his wife, Patty. They're not listening to me. We got Mario Garaffa in the house. We got Nick Malacca, the Greek. We got his beautiful wife, Maria. We got Gigi. We got Ashlyn. Right?
Drinking her wine.
Mr. J there from Caddy. Mike Elias that sells oranges. Kobe, which I'm going to arm wrestle after the podcast.
Are you going to lose?
Jeff Brown.
Yeah, we got to do that live.
Sal. Antonio.
Big Sexy.
Joe Ruffino. And that's it.
And Speed Easy.
Speed Easy.
And stupid fucking Oliver.
Anyways, so hey, listen, guys, let's have a cheers. Merry Christmas to all.
Happy Hanukkah.
Don't fucking say happy holidays either. PizzaFellas Podcast does
Merry
not say
Christmas.
happy holidays.
Happy
We say
Hanukkah to Joe.
Merry fucking
Merry
Christmas. Cheers.
Salute.
And by the way,
I could drink two of them?
Bruno Scipione,
Save it.
because he's like my favorite lost uncle that I never had, got me a bottle of Casa Azul right here.
Absolutely
Okay.
real.
And he got a bottle of Don Julio 1942.
And he wanted me to bring it. I said,
And
You bring
these two bottles out of all the bottles I've been given. I don't know, he might top you, Antonio.
He can't top me.
I don't know. Antonio's giving me some good bottles.
They're over there. Look.
Yeah, they are. But between the both of them, thank you, Bruno. Merry Christmas.
that's a phenomenal
Appreciate
bottle.
it to your family and everyone else.
Thank you, Bruno.
Thank you very
Merry
much.
Christmas.
Yeah.
Merry
Thank you, too.
Christmas. It's the holiday season.
I almost, you know what we're gonna have? We're gonna have a PizzaFellas Podcast Christmas party.
Where?
We'll let you know. We'll figure it out, but we got to set it
That's
up.
a good idea.
We're not having it by Nick. We'll have it by Bruno.
No, we might have it at my house. We'll do it in the garage like we already do.
Bruno cooks better than Nick.
Oh my God! Here we go.
He's saying Malacca.
Malacca.
I got to get him going.
What did I tell you today on the phone? He's an instigator. He's a Malacca.
He told me fucking he's making steak. Did you see the steak? No.
Oh, man.
Next time, he
The
said.
food he brought was absolutely
No,
delicious.
it was. He made
Yes.
a tortellini. What kind of sauce
Absolutely
was it, Nick?
delicious. Vodka sauce.
It was delicious.
Excellent.
And he made
Excellent.
me my favorite pie he has. That holiday pie. I fucking love.
What's on the holiday pie, Nick?
Spinach,
What's on
tomato,
the holiday pie? Broccoli, spinach, garlic, and ricotta, right? And extra virgin olive oil from his
it's very
hometown
good.
in Greece.
Very, very good.
No, that is good
The food
stuff.
was very,
He,
very good.
he imports the olive oil in his pocket when he comes over.
And also, Patty, by the way, Patty,
What did Patty bring?
I have to ask her. I didn't apologize to you because I apologized last episode. I was eating your homemade cheesecake with my fingers because I was so drunk on the 2 episodes ago. So I have to say, I hope you don't look at me any different. I was just I had a lot to drink that day.
Yeah, I watched you suck that one in.
So,
I was like, whoa, wow. he
I
got it.
loved it, but it was I was eating it like an animal. Yeah, it was delicious.
So we got Jeff Brown back again from cigarsamplers.com. That's cigarsamplers with an S.com. And we learned a bunch of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Cigars. Because we're avid cigar smokers, and he taught us a little bit more. Actually, so much so, this is the second clip, and I think everybody's smoking a cigar except the girls. But even Bentley's smoking. See, he just went outside, came back, and he's smoking.
He's got one out of the side of his mouth.
Yeah, excellent. So I want to touch on a couple of things before we get back into Jeff. So this is an interesting article that I read today. BurgerFi, which is a burger chain, and Anthony's Coal Oven merged. Actually, BurgerFi bought Anthony's Coal Oven. They're actually co-branding this. Believe it or not, the first restaurant is going to be in Kissimmee, Florida, and it's going to be a branded location. So I'm just curious to see where this is going to go.
Dan Marino owns Anthony's Coal Fire,
did.
correct? Did.
Did.
Oh,
Well,
he
he sold
He was a shareholder.
He was a shareholder.
He was a name.
Yeah, he was a name. He was a name behind a face and all that. So they merged. BurgerFi bought Anthony's Coal Oven. They branded it. Guys, what's better than burgers in the United States and pizza together? That's another topic we should be touching on in pizzerias is burgers. We're not going to do that now, but I'm just curious where this is going to go. I truthfully think this thing's going to blow up.
Now, BurgerFi, we do it. There's none around here though.
No.
I've heard of BurgerFi, but
BurgerFi-
I've
Never
never
eaten
even
that
seen a
one.
menu.
So BurgerFi is like a, from what I'm reading, is almost like the gourmet version of, and excuse me if I'm saying this, but the gourmet version of like an In-N-Out burger.
Oh, fucking In-N-Out is very good.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
know who
they are
owns
good.
that? A girl.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. She's in her 30s.
Well,
It's
I'm
a
telling you
girl?
right now,
Yeah.
that's a
I feel like
fucking-
when you say In-N-Out Burger, I feel like
They're in
some-
California, roughly.
No, I know, but I
No,
think
they're
it's
in Nevada. They're in
Yeah,
Vegas.
yeah. I mean, the West Coast. That's
Yeah,
what
West
I'm
Coast.
saying.
something came
Arizona.
up about them. Their family is very Chick-fil-A-ish.
Chick-fil-A-ish.
You know,
very,
that's the way I should put it. So
very
they're-
Christian people,
Yes.
closed on Sundays and all that good stuff.
I think they took some heat for something.
Yeah, so I'm my friend Dave, and where's Mario? Mario knows who it is. You do too, Sal.
Yeah.
He lives he lives in Kissimmee. So I'm gonna ask him in a couple weeks. This is gonna actually open in a week or two. So I'm gonna have him travel down there, take some pictures.
Well, I'm
send it
going
to me.
down I'm going down in January.
Are you?
So maybe I'll stop by there.
Why not?
I'm actually have our national tournament is in Kissimmee.
With Joey.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
So I'll maybe if there's a burger fry, I'll take the team for lunch.
Yeah, why not?
I'll let you guys know. But
Well,
that's
maybe you get to go and see this.
So
place
I'm
that's
just looking to
opening
see
up.
where this is gonna go. I think this thing is gonna explode, in my opinion.
Was Anthony's Coal Fire not doing so well? I don't know. The one right here wasn't.
Nah, not this one here.
How do you know? You're doing their fucking books?
I don't know. I don't
know.
see a lot of action.
I don't need.
How the fuck you know that?
Nobody's ever
Because there's
How
no
do you know?
action. Because right where we are, we got the Shelby. Listen, I drove by the other night. I
But
went to
Sal, look what's there. Look, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Texas
Yeah,
Roadhouse,
you got
Outback,
a shit-
Shelby, BJ's.
I would say this. I don't think it's in one of their premier stores. It's
No.
just doing the numbers it needs
No,
to do.
it's not a bad pizza by far.
No, you know what's good? Their wings.
The wings are good.
The wings are good. They
Yeah.
put them in the oven.
Yeah.
They're not bad. I mean, listen, that's a good. I like that. I like an oven wing. You know, I can do a grilled or an
So
oven
that's one of the things I was reading.
Their pizza isn't it like a Neapolitan style. So
More or
it's-
less, yeah. It's just got like a twist to it. I mean, it's not bad. Would I go get it every day? No. But it wouldn't be my go-to pizzeria. I'd rather support mom and pop.
Yeah, me too.
Well, 100. It's a completely different pie too. At the same time, but that's a good merger. I mean, shit.
And still on that subject of national chains, Domino's. Do you know that Domino's has more locations than Pizza Hut right now?
Oh, I could see
So
that.
much so, they're looking to establish 50,000 units in 50,000, $7 billion.
to establish it.
Correcto.
Wow.
So, what does that say?
Who owns Domino's?
The guy with his the guy who's on the NFL commercials.
Yeah.
whatever his name is. I mean, I could look it up. I don't have my phone. But I could
Well,
look
it
up.
doesn't. He doesn't
But
support us.
He does. It's just his NFL. He's got the NFL money.
He's got
I mean,
a lot of fucking
listen,
money.
You get
son.
money like you. If you're marketing, you got to realize these companies, Pepsi, Coke, Domino's. You're marketing in the Super Bowl. That's a shit ton of fucking money you're paying.
it?
But
Yeah.
the kickback is this.
What's his name?
Russell
Russell
Wiener.
Wiener.
Russell Wiener, huh? What
Can
a
you
name.
show me Russell Wiener? Does he look
Russell
like a wiener?
and Wiener.
I think he has curly hair.
No, he's the CEO.
Yeah, let me see
Yeah.
a picture. Show me a picture. Flip it around. All right, let me see the fucking picture, please.
Who's the
Jesus
holding
Christ.
company
I
behind
didn't
it?
ask for the fucking biography.
From there, it's 20 fucking yards away.
Minga.
What do you think? We have binoculars? Come on.
I don't know. Look it up.
Russell. No,
many-
that's
Nah, that
not
can't
the
be him.
Domino's owner. What?
The CEO.
Oh, he's the CEO. He's on board. Oh, yeah.
That's the guy right here.
That's the guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy.
That guy.
Founder's Tom Monahan.
Yeah. That.
Let me see. his
CEO
picture.
is Patrick Doyle. Is the CEO.
Patrick.
Where'd you get
Doyle.
this Wiener guy from?
He's a chief executive officer.
Well, whoever the fuck it is.
Whoever
This
the
guy's
fuck
going to
it
be
is.
opening up 50,000 units.
Yeah, but who's the money behind it? That's what I'm curious.
Well-
Who's the holding company?
Over
You know,
90% of the-
who sucked up that they ass and said, "We got this money for you. What do you want to do?"
90%.
I mean,
Over 90% of the stores are franchised.
Correct.
90. Yeah.
It's just like the French fry. It's not a theory, but the French fries behind McDonald's, 80% or 85% of the farms that come from the United States is owned by Bill Gates.
well,
A lot. And he just bought a fucking.
Jeff, just back to your
bunch of
point.
acres in
90%
Arizona.
of the stores they're franchise, but at the end of the day, you're still buying from Domino's.
Correct.
The truck that pulls in to sell the goods is Domino's.
Correct.
So that whoever's behind them with the money they have and everything they have, there's always with these companies. I don't trust any of them because you know what? I hate to use this, but all of them go fucking woke at some time.
Yeah.
And us mom and pops, we're not fucking woke because you
Yeah,
can just
I
see
mean,
it in
they
the
all-
shit they do. And Domino's is right there with the fucking
Just
rest
like
of
Jordan
them.
said this week, right? He
Yeah,
said
what
he's not-
did he say?
I don't know if
What's
it's
the
real.
story?
I don't know if
I don't
that's
know if
real,
it's
but
real.
he doesn't want to save
There's some
Nike's woke fucking agenda.
They lost 10, whatever.
Whatever the
But
fuck they lost.
I want to bring something up. You want to hear something crazy? I watched last night on Netflix. There's a new movie called Leave the World Behind.
I was watching it.
Watched it.
Okay?
Last night.
Nobody's talking
Yeah,
about
it's
it.
good.
Listen, do you know who the executive producers are? You don't know who they were? You don't know who the Michelle and Barack Obama.
Come on.
Get the fuck out of here.
Michelle and Barack Obama are the executive producers.
Wait,
Now,
time out. I don't,
Barack-
wait, the executive, it's Michael Obama and Barack?
yeah, Michael.
Oh, it's Big Mike. Yeah,
Just Big Mike.
Big Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it would be cooler if they'd said Big Mike.
Yeah.
Big Mike
It's
Productions.
the best way to answer for that guy.
But they produce this. Now,
And guys, for not to cut you off, Seth, for the guys that don't know who Big Mike is, it's Michelle Obama.
There it is. Fuck you.
And anyway, so leave the world behind, okay? It's a cyber attack on the U.S.
What?
It's a cyber
I
attack
started. I didn't watch the
on
whole
the
thing.
U.S. Everything goes down. So there's a 3-step technique process. It's a war, like basically what they do. And the first thing is cut off all communication. So when they cut off all communication, they're on the beach in the one scene, and the oil tanker in New York, in Jersey, on the beach, the oil tanker just keeps going and doesn't fucking stop and comes right on the fucking beach because it loses all satellite. Then airplanes all in the air crash.
Oh my God.
All lose
God
navigation.
forbid.
Boom. Dead in the ocean, dead on the beaches, crashing everywhere. All airplanes are crashing that are in the sky.
Oh, just think about it. We're only explaining the show that these fucking cocksucker producers.
listen,
They're lunatics.
So listen.
We're explaining
So
their
next
fucking
thing you know,
idea.
they're there, and the base of the story is a family. They take a trip from Brooklyn. They go to a place out in the beach in New York. They're going there for an Airbnb. Next thing you know, the couple comes up, the dad and the daughter come home from the something they were in New York. Said alert went off. Everything left. They come home. These people are like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Well, it's my house. I know you're renting it out, but can we stay here? So that's how it goes in. So then they say the second part of it is isolation. So when you cut off all the connection and the cyber,
All
now you
communications.
isolate everybody. Then once you isolate everyone, the third part is
Flood.
no, civil war. So now it's going to disrupt, it's going to crumble the government within. So now you have no communication. You're in isolation.
And in Civil War.
And now the third step, they don't have to do anything because that's the whole point of this.
The fourth step.
No, there is no fourth step. The third step's, that's it. It's complete. Once you put everyone, you cut off all communication and put everyone in isolation, the Civil War will grow by itself. Nobody knows who to trust. So now a guy comes to your door
I know who to fucking
and says,
trust.
I want a medicine.
And his name is Smith and Wesson.
Yeah.
That's who
But
I
I'm
fucking
just saying.
trust.
So this movie, it just fucking happened. I just watched last night, and it's talking about, and fucking Michelle and whatever the fuck her name is, I don't care. Barack Obama, our fucking executive, and Barack was asked when he said this, he goes, listen, a lot of this is my fiction of telling it, but I wanted to try to make it as real as possible.
What? This is coming from a president, and then
For 8 years, he was our president.
And then you're holding a president on a jury for nonsense. For nonsense.
Think about that.
Well, wait.
What about the other thing?
How many movies have we seen? How many movies have we seen?
Contagion.
Who explain
COVID.
what the fuck is going on?
Contagion was COVID.
Yes.
Yeah, Contagion.
Okay, you want to hear fucking...
We talked about.
You want to
Remember,
hear
we would
something
sit at
crazy?
table one. This is something we talked about every fucking week.
You want to hear something fucking even crazier? And all right, this is gonna be good. So you remember the show, The X-Files?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, when The X-Files...
That was not a bad show.
No, it was a great show. When The X-Files ended in 2001, okay, right before the World Trade Center,
I gotta remember this.
They had a spin-off show.
I got something good.
They had a spin-off show. The spin-off show aired in March. It only went for maybe an episode or two. It didn't get any traction. The first episode of the spin-off show was someone taking drones and blowing up the World Trade Center.
Son of a bitch.
Well, I got one. Oh, wait, that's a great
That's
sound.
fucking
This is a great lead-in. So,
And nobody knows that. You got to
I
look
gotta
this shit
say
up.
this. So Tucker Carlson, I love him.
Our next
The guy-
VP.
This guy's fucking awesome. So I think it's episode 44. He's down in Austin, Texas, and guess what, guys? Of all the people he's interviewing, is Alex Jones. Think about that right now.
Yeah, but he's...
Wait, I know what you're going to say.
He's fucking weird.
Here's the thing. Tucker Carlson, with all his followers, would never bring Alex Jones on his show. But you know what the show starts off with? Showing him Alex Jones in July, I believe it was 25th of 2001,
Yeah.
speaking about the World Trade Center.
No, he did. Yeah, he did.
And that's what entertained him after everything that went on to go down and interview him. But just think about this. If you get a chance, go on Tucker Carlson's X, go watch episode 44 and see this. It's actually bone chilling.
Yeah, it is.
Because
But you gotta watch.
I mean, this is a man who has $1 billion lawsuit that he
Yeah,
lost.
but Alex
for
Jones,
saying
you
some-
got. I
He says
believe
stupid
it.
shit, I know.
Some of the shit he said. He's got to watch this, and he's good friends with Joe Rogan, and Joe Rogan says it all the
But
time.
you know, though, he was the first person that the media shut down.
Oh, they will, but he
And
just
Tucker
got.
talks
He
about
just
that.
got back on fucking X.
Right.
They did a whole, and guess who was part of the meeting? Pat Bev David was part of the meeting. Tucker Carlson was. Elon Musk. They're all
So
part of
these
the
men
meeting.
would not entertain a lunatic.
No, they're not. It's
So
not
you have
he's
to hear
they're
what
telling
people
him
say.
People would say.
I mean-
but think about that. That movie is fucking crazy. And you know what they say?
I've gotta
You know
watch
what
it.
else was crazy in the whole movie? There's one part where they couldn't get from their beach location to New York because all the Teslas.
Weren't working?
No, they all drove in the same direction and crashed and clogged up all the lanes.
All white ones.
And this is what Obama puts out.
Yes. And the other real last part about this, which is even more nuts, the dude who was one of the main characters, he's a black actor, he's a good guy, he's fucking awesome. He comes on and he manages these guys' money. That's why he's so rich, okay? He manages a dude's money who's hot in the government. He's in defense secretary, okay? He fucking has all the military money, does all this.
Unbelievable, this
So
shit.
one night he goes, we're drinking.
Unbelievable.
We're smoking, we're drinking like this. He goes, and he starts laughing. 4 hours later, they're still drinking, partying in their study, smoking cigars. And he goes, you want to come on a trip with me tomorrow? And the guy goes, what do you mean? He goes, you want to come on a trip with me? I got to go meet the cabal. I got to go meet, the people that run the country.
No,
And
run the
guy's
fucking
saying this.
world.
Run the world. And the guy goes, No, he's like, yeah, come on with me. So he says no, he doesn't go. Calls him up that day that this is all happening in the movie. Says, hey, move my money here. He said he moved over fucking $100 million and didn't know why. And that's what came to his head. He said, fuck, this guy just moved $100 million. He goes, and the last thing he said to him was, I hope you live a good life. I'll see you soon, hopefully. And then he hung up. And the guy's like, oh, the world, something's fucking happening. And that,
All right,
that's
well,
crazy.
listen.
How about the drones? They had the drones.
Yeah, and then they had the drones.
On this note, let's get back to something fucking moving forward here because I'm going to tell you right now.
But anyways, that was just something I had to bring up because it was going. But let's get back something positive quick.
Oh.
Jeff Brown, cigarsamplers.com.
Where do we start?
I don't know.
Let's start this. How'd you build the company? What made you do it?
Well, I had been in the business for almost 20 years working for some other folks and decided to strike out on my own. So it's literally a single person operation. You're looking at the guy who buys the cigars. I wrote the website. I take the pictures, do all the copy, everything is all done by me.
Mm-hmm.
So there's nobody to blame or nobody to congratulate but me.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's a great company.
You're a slew of info.
I have a partner who he's got a bunch of retail stores in the greater Philadelphia area, and he's got a couple down in Florida. So he's kind of my silent guy behind me a little bit. So, and the good thing being with him is he belongs to an association called the Tobacconists Association of America, and in that association, there's only roughly 70 retailers in the United States are TAA members. And so with me being a partner with him, I get to sell this TAA merchandise, which doesn't sound like anything, but you got Ashton, Rocky Patel, Padron, etc., making cigars exclusive for TAA members.
Wow.
So I have one of the few sites that I'm allowed to actually sell the TAA merchandise. So it's a totally different blend of cigars than people are used to, and they make them just for these 70 different stores across the United States. And so I have some.
Can you name some of them? Are you allowed to?
Oh yeah, I mean there's the TAA members or the
cigars. The cigars.
I have Ashton right now has a TAA cigar that I have. My father has a TAA cigar.
And which ones are they?
They're just a special box that just say TAA on them.
Oh, so if you're in the place, you'll see TAA.
Yeah, if you go to my website, I have a tab on there that just says TAA on the website, so you can go there and take a look at it. And once you get them in, a lot of them are limited releases where they only make maybe 500, 1,000 total boxes for everybody. So a lot of them when you get them in, and once they're gone, they're not coming back till maybe next year. They'll come out with a different blend for 2024 or something like that.
And the idea behind these limited releases, what's the big thought with that?
It's to reward the TAA members, to give them something exclusive that you can't go to a huge internet catalog company, and there's quite a few of them that are massive, that are hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars in sales, and it gives them something different for somebody to pick up other than the same old Macanudo, Monte Cristo, whatever that you see all the time. You can
About the catalog, quick.
Go ahead.
Is that big?
The catalog business?
Like I know I see it at my barbershop. My buddy has that one catalog.
Yeah, there's the catalog business is huge.
Really?
Oh yeah.
So is that like one of the few ways that cigar platforms can advertise? Is getting
you get
your address, finding out how to send it out there.
Yeah, you want to build in this business. You want to build email addresses and physical addresses.
So you have to go back to the Sears and Roebuck days when we would wait for the Christmas catalog to come out.
Oh yeah, well these guys were putting out catalogs. Some of them were putting out 2-3 a month.
Yeah, I mean I've seen.
I
some
wonder
of them,
if you're
and I look at them. I'm like, wow.
I bet you the clientele for the catalogs is probably higher, like
yeah.
age-wise.
Oh yeah, it's definitely. I mean,
age-wise, like because these guys aren't going online, so as long as you give them a catalog every day.
I've seen catalogs still that they'll take a check. They have a little envelope in the back of the catalog where you can send. Somebody will write them a check and send it in.
So you guys had to go back to kind of old-fashioned ways of advertising due to probably restrictions and different things such as that, state to state.
Yeah. I mean, emails for most of my marketing is done via email. People come, I have incentives for them to sign up. I do a lot of social media stuff. Friday on my social media page, like I have a little wheel I spin around just to get people, interactive.
And where's your social media page, if we could ask?
Cigar Samplers on Facebook.
Okay.
Yeah, you go there, and like I said, every Friday I spin a wheel and give away, just tchotchkes, prizes, shirts, cutters, hats, ashtrays, stuff like that.
That's smart.
To get people, engaged and involved, and hopefully they go to the website.
Now, do you boost that? Do you try?
I can't.
Oh, you can't. So you just have to. Has to be all.
Yeah, tobacco on Facebook is a very gray area.
Which is
Okay.
bullshit.
So you've got to try and just be.
Yeah, I try to keep it,
Keep it as low key as you can.
I mean, I know someday that the hammer's going to drop on everybody who has promoting tobacco. But the nice thing with every online retailer, age verifies the people. You're not getting, kids aren't going out and spending, $12, $15 for a cigar.
I tell you, wasn't there a bourbon thing that guys were just showing bottles of bourbon on Facebook? Isn't there a group? Right?
I'm sure it's against their terms and services.
Wait, wasn't it
wasn't that thing?
Wait, that one guy with Drew and those guys. What the fuck?
No,
was
that was just someone was selling it on the black market. That's all.
Oh, so they weren't advertising?
You just can't. No, you can't sell the bourbon off.
I could have swore I saw
if I buy a
pictures.
bottle of Blanton's for $52, I can't go sell it on Facebook for fucking $85.
Okay.
You can't.
All right.
You know what I mean? It's
All right.
just not. That's not allowed.
I got it.
No, but
what did you ever notice this about that advertising? When they cut off cigarette and tobacco commercials, it was early 2000s, right? Mm-hmm. Mid 2000s. Since then, you've never seen a cigarette commercial or a tobacco commercial since then.
No.
They don't do billboards, do they?
All you
No.
did back then.
No.
And you remember you used to have Marlboro? You remember the fucking Marlboro commercial?
The Marble Man.
Yeah.
There's a whole. I mean,
That was my guy.
There's a whole thing. Is the master settlement when Big Tobacco had to pay, and
Yeah.
the master settlement goes on for years.
Years. Yeah.
So they will never completely get rid of cigarettes because they need that money to keep coming in for years to come. And there's municipal bonds
shit.
associated with all that Big Tobacco
I
settlement
never
money.
thought about that.
So,
So
it
they
can't
need
go.
residual income
Oh, yeah,
to
yeah.
pay the debt they decided on to pay off a continuous debt.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's fucking unreal.
in-
Jay, did you ever realize that? Isn't that fucking Bruno? Nick? That's
So they just have to keep,
they just are going to keep
They
it
have to
fucking
keep-
even if they
Oliver.
want to cancel fucking
Did you know, Oliver?
flavors,
You don't know shit.
can't
Well-
do menthol, can't do that.
It kind of ties in a little bit with premium cigars, because in premium cigars there are flavored and or infused cigars, and they're trying to eliminate all tobacco basically, including premium cigars. But the premium cigar industry had a recent victory about 2 months ago where the government was like, the judge ruled against the government and said leave premium cigars alone. They've appealed it since then and will continue to appeal it. But premium cigars,
money's going to fight money.
For fucking what though?
But just
Like,
think about it though. The cigar industry, without having the ability to really do all these things, it's not $1 billion industry. It's probably not $1 trillion industry. What's the next level? Zillion? Is it zillion? Am I saying that right?
I don't know.
I mean,
I don't know.
when you
I
think,
don't know
when
that
you
bracket.
think about when you think about premium cigars and you think about money created throughout the world and revenue and profits and farms and wrapping and all these.
I gotta say it's in the billions,
It's
Joe.
probably in the
I'd
billions.
say the trillions. guys.
No, because wine's more expensive.
Yeah.
And if wine's not there, they're not more than wine.
I don't know.
So
That's
but
something to
they're
look
not
up, though.
they're
It's a
not to wine.
conversation.
the beauty of if you are like a tobacco grower in another country, that tobacco you can sit on it and it's only going to go up in value. You know, it isn't like the bigger guys don't have to turn that tobacco right away. They can sit on it for 5 years, 7 years, let it age, let it get a little bit better, let it be a little bit different. But what you find in a lot of the smaller guys is they buy, this bale of tobacco and they use it right now. And if you go back to that guy in 6 months and say, hey, I'd like to get that same cigar again.
Don't have it.
Yeah, they don't. But you look at the bigger guys, and again, I'll use Perdomo again. Nick Perdomo is total vertically integrated. He's got his box factory in his little compound. He's got the tobacco fields. He's got everything right there, and he's got
So he's in
stores.
control of the whole
Oh
process.
yeah, and he's
From-
got
hands on.
From the
stores.
egg to the chicken.
Yeah, and he's got tobacco forever, and it's all when you go through his.
How do you
warehouse,
handle that much tobacco?
Well, everything's labeled. It tells you what field, what the date that it was
Harvested,
processed, everything.
Holy shit.
And these guys, if you say, "Hey, make me this cigar again," he can go back and go, "Okay, I got that tobacco," and he'll make you the same damn cigar again.
Holy shit.
Tell you what, man, we're missing the fucking boat on this shit.
Yeah, right. We got to get a pod. You know what we should do? We got to get a podcast down there.
There you go.
We'll travel. We'll go with you. I'll go for fucking 3 days.
The capital we can
I'll
get.
go to the jungle. I'll go to the fucking jungle.
The capital
Let's
we
see what
can
happens.
get right there. Nick will give us the fucking money.
That is hilarious.
That's
yeah.
amazing.
So they tried shutting that down, but it doesn't. What is that like? Has any of these guys gotten into the marijuana industry at all, or no?
No.
So that's a whole separate.
That's a whole nother.
Because like in America, you know, like what I'm saying is they're trying to shut down the tobacco shit, but then the weed shit is, you know, they're legalizing it
Yeah.
everywhere. It's crazy. to
It
me.
is.
It doesn't make any sense.
It's
it doesn't.
it's
those
totally
of us,
ridiculous.
Those of us that are really into cigars, and you just shake your head. I mean, what are you going to say? You know, it's like
You can't do anything about it,
this,
yeah.
You know, this has become legal, and you know, obviously, there's more revenue to be had in marijuana than there is in premium cigars.
Yes.
I mean, premium cigars is such a small little industry when you look at, you know, everybody that's involved in it, and for somebody like me to know all the main players in it, it can't be that big, you know. And you look at it and go like, wow. I mean, we're just a small group.
Now, are these guys, these big guys, Perdomo, all these guys, are they in contact with the cartels? Are they in contact with people? Are they have to, like, if you can say, I don't know if you, I'm just saying, like, did you have to deal with government issues when you went down there?
Those guys deal with government issues
all
the time.
All the time.
There's constant, you know, threats of strikes. There's constant, hey, we need better wages for people that are, you know, out working in the fields. We need better. It's an every
struggle
month
to fight.
There's something going on in these countries
Because they have such a profitable business in such a small country that has no money. You have to go after them, you know, and you see all these stuff, like the government's going after this.
A lot of these guys I know are into other fields outside of their particular countries. You know, there's some that have car dealerships in Miami. They have, you know, cattle and in different parts of the United States and stuff like that. So they're not, you know, they've been burned by their government more than once. So they try to spread everything
They've
out.
diversified.
Yeah, they keep it, you know, as little as they can.
As they can.
Because you don't know. I mean, from 1 month to the next, the government can change. I was in Nicaragua when the president of Nicaragua, they had to smuggle him out of the country. They put him in the trunk of a car.
Yeah.
He was
I remember that story.
That night, he was staying in the same hotel I was in Managua.
Come on.
He was right there in Managua with like 3 guys with machine guns standing outside his door.
That's fucking wild. Holy shit, man.
That's
That's like life experiences, huh?
Oh yeah, I've seen some stuff. Yeah.
That's fucking interesting.
That is, if to go on with that, if you don't mind, you think you could tell like a crazy story?
What other crazy stories
Something
have you
that's-
had? Like, have you had any? Let me ask you a question. Had you had ever a time when you were in a foreign land doing what you do, and just feel like
Your life was
I'm not getting out of here tonight.
Yeah.
like this is chaotic.
No, I mean I've seen like there was a bus behind me that they ended up robbing everybody that was on the bus and took their phones and cameras and stuff like that. There was a place in Nicaragua that we would go to this guy's house, you know, once a week and have a nice big dinner at his house. And we were there on a Friday. Sunday, after we were already gone, a bunch of people drove by and noticed that there was a Mercedes-Benz sitting out in front of this house. So they immediately equated that, oh, Mercedes-Benz, there's got to be somebody there with money. So they went in and robbed everybody that was there, and they were all from the country. And one of the guys I know is a cigar maker. Ended up he took a round in the neck.
Oh,
and,
shit.
And was paralyzed from it from some guy who just wanted his wallet. He was like, I'm not giving you my wallet. So he ended up shooting him. But that was, 2 days.
Listen, that's fucking
2 days from us being there. But on the other side of the coin, like I said, a lot of these guys travel with,
security.
A lot of security.
you learn over the years.
Yeah, and
You learn over the years.
you
They learn.
don't usually try to just drive around there by yourself. You travel with good people that know.
So you're traveling with always security and
Oh,
stuff,
yeah.
but you do see life experiences that are just unusual to what the current person here in this country would imagine.
Oh yeah, I mean when you go and you see literally chickens and cows and just,
Sheep, goat.
trash and stuff, and you're just like driving, and you're like, wow. I mean,
I don't know, Sal, Ashlyn, Gigi, I don't know if you remember, we went, I think it was 2009 to the Dominican. And remember Naz came and Huda? And we took the tour. I got us the tour. And you went past these butchers where they were killing, they were taking the chickens, whatever meat. And it was fucking 102 out. We were sweating our ass off. And the fucking meat's hanging. And I remember
all over.
flies and Huda wouldn't shut up. I was like, stop. You have to stay quiet. Just go by. It's their country. They eat the meat. We're not eating the meat. This is disgusting. I was like, enjoy the trip. Enjoy the trip. Then
we do go to a cigar factory there.
We went. And then,
did.
wait,
We went
remember
through the
that
back of the
house? We
field.
went to the house and she climbed the tree and
Oh
took
my
the
God,
fruit.
we're at someone's fucking house. Like
on the tour. I
in
paid for a
the
tour.
Dominican. We're on the tour at someone's house selling fucking fruits.
She's selling
We turn
fruits.
over.
She's
on
climbs
the
the tree,
fucking tree, grabbing
takes the
fucking
fruits for free.
from the tree. Instead of paying for them. She goes, "What do you mean? They're just here." I said, "It's fucking
I
the
left
lady."
money. I left money on the table.
What
I
are you
probably
fucking talking about?
I paid
What if she
$30
grabbed
more than I should
But
have.
then she comes out, "Oh, my back's killing me." Well, your back's you were just fucking juggling Jim fucking Jane over here, whatever Jane from fucking Tarzan, up on the tree grabbing fruits.
you see that when you're driving, like I said, when you're driving from like the main city of Managua, the capital of Nicaragua, and you're driving to Esteli on that 2.5 hour on this road. That's just,
Oh, those roads fucking kill me, man.
I remember driving and the road was washed out, and the only thing that stopped you from going over the side of the mountain, they had a cone sitting there, and that you had to come up to the cone and go, okay, I got to go.
And
wait.
you're fucked if you go
Oh
over.
yeah, and it's
You're
fucked.
fucking
You're a
done.
pancake.
You're done. You're done.
You are
You're done.
fucking gone.
There's a co-
And they drive like madmen.
And you know who we should bring there, right?
Here you go. Big Oliver.
What do you mean? Between you two, the weight level. I'll
Fucking
if you're
asshole.
on the left side, we got to go this way. I got to put 7 people on that side.
You see, I mean, they're selling, people with a stick holding all these fish that they caught.
Yeah.
Standing
Yeah.
on the side of the road, just selling
Fish.
somewhat
Fresh
fresh.
butchered meat.
So
It's
how
just
much?
hanging. Blood's
How much
still
is
coming.
food? How much? Like in Nicaragua, say you went right now. What are you paying for a beer?
Buck, $1.50 maybe.
If it's a place.
It's
And what kind of beer are you drinking down there?
it's called Tonya,
Tonya.
Tona, Tonya.
Is it good?
Oh, it's delicious. It's great beer.
Fuck, I love island beers.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, they've got. I mean, the food is great, and the people are even better. I mean, that's regardless of income or whatever. I mean, everybody down there, especially if you speak the language a little bit, they love that when you walk into a factory and you can talk to them a little bit, about what they're doing and how's it going.
You respect their job.
Oh yeah,
And
they
they look at
love
you
it.
with a little respect then,
Yeah, they love it down there.
instantly.
And I love going down to the countries and just like I said, making cigars, making blends, and doing some stuff.
And it's hardworking people.
Yeah, they are. There's no doubt.
I mean, I've always found that in my lifetime, I've always had good communication when I travel to a lot of the countries that we've gone. Just with people, even though I don't speak fluently, they're just something about me, my charisma or something, how
And
I
you're a
act
big
around
guy.
them.
Same as him. He's a big guy, so we go to every country. People would fucking talk to him because
Well,
he's the big guy.
Papa, there was
Or whatever.
give me
Yeah,
some-
Big
some
Daddy,
kind of-
whatever the fuck their name was. But you're a big
Daddy,
fucking
I
dude.
mean,
You're taller
I've
than
been
him.
called everything.
So I mean, you go down there. You're not like just walking around the tobacco
No,
field.
I stick
You stick
out.
the fuck out.
Yeah, big
you stick out.
Oh, yeah.
Some big bald white dudes chilling in Nicaragua.
Yeah.
Someone's gonna fucking see him.
Yeah, they know.
And
Who
then
the
what-
fuck are these guys?
But
You got that a lot.
this was a fantastic episode.
yeah. Yeah.
I learned a lot from this. I really did. I mean, I'm a cigar smoker, but it just enhanced my my
Yeah,
cigar.
but real quick,
Tremendously.
I want to say one other thing, but go ahead, Jeff. Give me something with cigar samplers, cigarsamplers.com. Go ahead, promote your business.
Well, like I said, if you get a chance, go to cigarsamplers.com. My motto is "Where the cigars are the stars." I've got a little bit of something for everybody. I'm not saying I have every single possible thing that's out there. I'm slowly growing. I'm a small, family-run business. It's just me. So, give it a look-see. I'm growing like crazy every year. I keep adding more and more stuff to it. Take a look at the website and
Awesome.
anything
So
to
what?
do to help me out would
So
be great.
again, Jeff Brown, he's the owner of cigarsamples.com.
Samplers.
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 Yeah,
What did I
cigar
say?
samples. But okay,
I'll
real
start
quick.
again. Jeff Brown, owner of cigarsamplers.com.
That's like John's on Avenue.
Got to
Cigarsamplers.com.
be an official sponsor for the
20
podcast.
plus years. Go
Real quick, I have to say something,
ahead.
and I have to bring it up because I just brought up the other thing,
I think I know what it is.
and I told you. I don't know if I might
You
have
did.
told you.
Go ahead. I want you to
I got to
say it.
bring this up.
Yeah.
So, do you guys know? Before we end, last week they had the congressional meeting.
Correct.
Okay, with the MIT president, the Harvard president, and the Penn president. Okay, and they asked, "Is the genocide of Jews harassment, or they said another word? Okay, is it against your conduct, your policy?" And they all couldn't say yes. And she said yes or no, and none of them could say yes.
That's right.
Okay,
That's
fucking
disgusting.
that is
Fucking
disgusting.
horrible.
You as
And
a president.
now the Penn president has resigned, which good for Penn because Penn won now. Penn's board said no, that's not happening. You're resigning. Harvard's board wrote a letter and said we are going to still fight this.
Are you
till the
fucking
end.
kidding me?
And MIT too.
And MIT.
Yep.
And I went to school in Boston, so that's the reason I brought it up because that's fucking
It's
bullshit.
despicable.
It's
The
horrible.
genocide of any race,
Whether Jews,
religion,
whatever.
anyone is not acceptable. The
100%.
simple answer is no. So as a president of it's disgusting me, and I had to bring it up because I really am pissed off about it because I was up there, and I went to Harvard a lot. I was there for 5 years, so I got I used to say my second home was Boston. That is fucking disgraceful.
No race or creed should die over this.
Never. And you should not. And all they would say was defer their fucking comments.
And Hunter
it's-
doesn't have to show up in Congress, the fucking cocksucker.
kept saying the context.
But I had to
Think
bring
about
it up because I said I wanted
He doesn't
to
have to
finish.
show up, and then these
I
cocksuckers
can't
say what they
believe
want.
they would do that. But anyways, we could go on for a whole nother episode
Yeah.
for that. And we'll do that probably.
This was a great
based off that.
episode.
Jeff Brown.
Jeff Brown.
We
Jeff
appreciate
Brown.
you coming.
You're coming back again.
Cigarsamplers.com. www.cigarsamplers.com. 20 plus years. He has a slew of
Yeah,
knowledge.
but listen, think about the honor. On in our studio, we have a gentleman who you can say the name of a cigar, and he's talked to the owner.
Yep.
He knows their families. I mean,
Sat
for
at their
anybody-
table.
Sat at their
dinner
table. Like,
table.
for anybody out there, is there anybody else that we could have brought on this show? One of 17 in the
No.
United States? No.
One of 17.
I mean,
an honor.
if we actually looked here in this room, all of us who buy cigars at all the different places, go to Jeff Brown. I'm telling you. And just tell him what you want. Email, do it.
Cigarsamplers.com.
Cigar Samplers. We have one of the greatest guys in the United States, and we're honored to have you on our
I
show.
still have it.
Thank you.
Honest God, it's an honor to sit with you and learn what we've learned. And I know you for a long time. I'm saying to myself, holy shit.
Well, Jeff knows my father-in-law from
What? 20 years
Silver
ago?
Creek,
Years
right?
ago, yeah.
Years ago. How many years ago?
Oh, that had to be 15 years ago.
15 years ago. My father-in-law, Colby Kent. Shout out to Colby.
Big shout out.
He told me, he yelled at me at the segment. He said, make sure you tell everyone I'm the one who put you on cigars. He was the one who put me on
I'm
cigars.
going to arm wrestle him after the podcast.
You're going to fucking lose.
I'm not going to lose.
I'll put a fucking 1,000 you lose.
All right, let me give a shout out to the sponsors.
All right,
between
fill up.
both of
Who's
you
up?
over there.
Anybody need a shot? Fill up. We got to give a shot before they go ahead with the sponsors.
Sponsors, Enter.net.
Jeff.
Our good friend Juice. Unfortunately, he's not here. Our Hope You Get Better Juice. He does website and marketing. See him if you need a website done or some marketing. 2-4 Cash is his son. That's our opening song. Shout out to him. T&Y Construction, Tony Nasser. No job too big, no job too small. Franco's.
Real quick, I got to tell you this story real quick about TMY before we leave.
Go ahead.
Before we leave, because it's going to be great for him. So my cousin Gus goes to Mexico, right?
Mike's brother.
Yeah, Mike's brother Gus goes to Mexico. I said to him, I called him. I said, what the fuck are you doing in Mexico? Because I came with Tony for 2 days or 4 days.
But are they going out together?
I said, what the fuck? Is that your boyfriend? What is that, your husband? He goes, yeah, we're going to Mexico. They go to Cancun. So I then go to his house because Joey left his phone there on Monday. I go to his house on Monday. I'm FaceTiming him. I said, what are you doing? He goes, bro, I almost got arrested last night. I said, what the? Now, he's diabetic. He don't drink or smoke. He almost got arrested. No. He's walking back. They were going out to watch the Cowboys game. They said at halftime, fuck it, let's go back to the resort and finish the game. They're walking back. Girl comes up, police. Says, you, get down. They're looking for someone.
They thought it was him?
And he goes, what are you talking about? He goes, you, get down. You're the guy. You had the weed. She's speaking, and he's like, weed? What the fuck are you talking about?
I sell lemons.
No, he goes, lady, what are you? She goes, you dropped it over there. A guy comes up. They're looking in the grass for something.
Holy shit. And they thought it was us.
Now, at the time, Tony is on his phone.
Oh, my God.
He finally realizes it, turns around and goes, what? You know, Tony, big motherfucker. What the fuck? Bro, you're in Mexico. Shut the fuck up. Gus is like, bro, shut your fucking mouth. Don't say a word. Because imagine they could just say, oh, I found something. And the most sober fucking person in the country is. Yeah. So thank God nothing happened. So then the guy comes over. He's like yelling at his officer in fucking Spanish. You're an idiot. It's not him. He's like, sir, I do nothing. I'm sober. And then they let him go. But he goes, I was so scared.
Could you imagine?
Well, look,
That's
remember
crazy.
the last time we were in Mexico, we went through customs. They checked our bags and everything. And somebody had said to me, they said, you better watch because once you get through, they're going to want your bags again. So we go through, we go through the machines and everything. Next thing we go around, and all of a sudden they're like, we have to check your bags. I was like, and it was guys dressed in black. I want to say it was federales or whatever. And I was big. Like back then, like I fucking my mouth was really loud, worse than now. And I'm like, what are you fucking talking about? And I'm saying in English. And they're like, no, bags. We want the bags. We got to search. Search for fucking what? What do you want? Fucking money? You want fucking money? I ended up paying. We had 5 bags. I paid $20 a fucking bag.
And they let you go.
I was like, fuck you, motherfuckers. Here's your fucking $100. And they just over there smiling. I don't know if they spoke English. But I said after that point, I told my wife, I said, I'll never fucking come back to this country again.
No, it's the same
said,
shit.
Fuck that bullshit.
When I went in there, they took my weed pen. They took right here, this weed pen. They found it in the bag. They took it. Took my passport. I went to the back of the airport. I said to the guy, here's $100. Give me my weed pen. Give me my passport. The guy goes, here you go. Gave back. I left. I said, this fucking country, this cocksuckers just took me
that's
for
the
100.
last time I ever went.
But anyways,
So
shout out to
anyway,
our sponsors. Good
so
story.
enter.net again, Juice.
We miss you tonight, Juice. We miss you.
TNY Construction, Tony. Is he back from Mexico?
Yeah, they're
Okay.
back.
They're
Thank
safe.
God. They're back.
Thank God.
Franco's Pizza in Wilkes-Barre, Rose and Filippo Belia. The Pizza Culinary Institute in Chicago. Shout out to them. Thank you for the sponsorship. Heckler and Sarasota Flour. Thank you for the sponsorship. Banco Beverage, Joe's Teas,
Banco.
and Calypso. And we're drinking Heineken Silver.
Heineken
There we
Silver
go.
and
Brought to them
Vizzies.
tonight.
And
Brought
Miller
to them.
Lights.
And I
And
wanna
Miller
give-
Lights.
and
I want to give one more shout out to a very, very good friend of mine. I told him I would do this when I saw him on Sunday. He's a great man. He's got a great pizzeria, Casamia in Sparta, New Jersey. Mike Pugliese. He's doing phenomenal with the Santa scent. It's like a gift card that you buy, and he gives you a gift along with it. He's doing phenomenal down. He's right on Lake Mohawk in Sparta.
Yeah.
973-729-6606. When you see Mike, you walk in, you mention the Pizza Podcast, he'll give you a little something.
PizzaFellas Podcast.
That's right, PizzaFellas Podcast. I'm sorry.
What's up with you?
I don't know. But another shout out again to Jeff Brown for coming on board.
Yes,
Thank
and
you,
also
thank you.
this, guys. Remember, if you want to become part of the La Familia, we have the La Familia. Little donation to us as the Pizza Podcast fellas, and we have a couple guys already. Jay, we got Bruno Scipione aboard. We got some other guys. We got Remax Real Estate.
That's right.
That's the other
we have
one.
Remax as well. Jeff Andrews, excuse me. Is it Jeff Adams? Jeff Adams.
Oh,
Yes.
Yes.
Antonio.
I'm sorry. But
He gave us a bunch of stuff, but we're going to promote him more.
We're going to promote him
We're waiting
on
for
our
his
next
bio.
episode.
We're waiting
next
for his bio.
episode. But shout out to Sal for being here again. Big Joe.
Oh, big sexy. Get it right.
Jeff Brown again. Our good friend Colby.
and
Bruno and Patty. Nick the Greek and Maria. Mario Garaffa. Gigi, Jay, Ashlyn,
Jay from Caddy
Mike,
Corner.
and I think that's it. That's what we covered.
And last thing, next episode, once you watch this episode, we have a big fucking episode coming up.
Let me shout one more guy out.
You shout me out,
I just shouted him out. I just looked at him.
you shout me out, I pay you.
It's 4 fucking weeks already. I'm waiting for this.
Don't spend it on the animal porn.
Oh, you got it.
I finally got
Oh, we got
it.
it.
I gotta count it.
I got to count it.
It's it's $40, and the rest are singles.
I was gonna get all singles. I was gonna get $250 in singles.
So we got
Well,
to
shout out to Oliver.
Pizza Fellas, everyone.
Lehigh Valley Pizza Shop.
Horn. We need a horn.
I
All
was gonna get all ones.
right.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
I don't see a check from Nick the Greek over there that he fucking swims in millions in the morning and then he goes to work.
Or Colby, where's your check?
CSC.
For mentioning your name.
Oh, now everyone's got to get a check.
So tonight is Wednesday. It is 11:38. The biggest episode is coming up this Sunday, 2:00 in the studio.
Pizza
Hulk
from New Jersey.
He's going to be here. He's going to sit next to Joe.
Driving an hour and 30 to come.
It's going to be a good time.
And we're going to be
With his super shoes on, the Nike.
With his shoes on, we're going to promote it from now until Sunday. So look out for that.
Look out for that. Cheers.
Shout out to Jay. Again, I saw him yesterday. I was bringing a bag of flour into Caddy Corner. He stopped me, almost tripped me, put me in a headlock, wanted to wrestle me, kiss me, wanted to give me a drink. Shout out to him. He's opening up a new place in Nazareth.
Yeah.
The problem is, if you see Jay in the afternoon at a bar and you go in,
I didn't know it was him.
You could start drinking.
Wait,
that's it. Your day's
Sal,
over.
It was
Your
12:30.
day's over.
He's walking out with a backpack. I'm like, where's he going? To fucking school? He goes, I thought it was you.
Yeah, but you catch him, we get going on a drink. It's
He
over.
wanted to start at 12:30. I said, I got shit to do.
I got shit to do. Fuck it. All
But
right,
salute
cheers.
again. Jeff, thank you for coming again.
Merry
God bless you.
Christmas.
Thank you all. Merry
Great
Christmas.
episode. Great episode.
Oliver, a shout out. Or put a shout out.
And Oliver, amazing. That doesn't get you off the hook. I'm still going to fuck with you. Next episode.
We got the 250, baby. Hey, PizzaFellas Podcast, episode 8. Remember, subscribe.
Oh,
Your
wait,
wife gave you
and
this?
we have gear coming out this week.
Oh, yeah, and we got
Oh, yeah.
gear coming out.
We got gear. Great gear coming out.
Great gear. We'll talk
So
about it more.
we took the sponsorship
Fill a
and we made
glass,
the gear.
light a cigar.
Thank you,
Come
thank
on,
you,
let's
thank
make
you.
it last. Pizza Talk with Sal and Joe, Oliver, Antonio. Pizza stories, they gon' tell us. Let's have some fun with the Pizza Fellas.